Picture this. A regular player walks into the casino with just 20 bucks. 2 hours later, she strolls out with $240. The casino floor manager pulls up surveillance footage to figure out what just happened. What they discover is a method so effective that casinos have been trying to keep it under wraps. Former casino employees are finally spilling the beans. Here's what they don't want you to know. Before we dive in, I need to know something. When you go to the casino, what's your usual starting bankroll? $20, $50, $100. Drop it in the comments because this method works best for people starting with smaller amounts. The birth of the $20 method. Let me tell you about Rachel. She's not some high roller or professional gambler. She's a retired nurse from Phoenix who started going to her local casino about 3 years ago. Like most folks, she'd bring $50 or $100, play for a few hours, and usually go home empty-handed. Then she met someone, a former slot technician named Marcus, who had worked at that same casino for 12 years before retiring. Marcus felt bad watching Rachel lose money the same way he'd seen thousands of other players lose over the years, so he shared something with her. A method that casino employees quietly use themselves when they played on their days off. The method is brilliantly simple. It's built around the magic number of $20, strict discipline, and understanding 3 specific things about how slot machines and casino floors actually work. Rachel tried it the very next weekend. She brought exactly $20 and followed Marcus's instructions to the letter. Within 90 minutes, she had turned that $20 into $65. She cashed out immediately and left. The following week, she did it again. This time, $20 became $48. She walked away. The week after that, $20 became $112. Over the next 6 months, Rachel tracked every single session. She went to the casino 24 times. Out of those 24 sessions, she walked away with more than her starting $20 exactly 19 times. That's a 79% success rate. Her total investment was $480 across all sessions. Her total winnings were $1,340. That's a net profit of $860 in 6 months playing with just $20 at a time. Here's what makes this work. The 3 core principles. The $20 method is built on 3 non-negotiable principles. Break any one, and the method falls apart. Follow all 3 and you've got a legitimate edge over casual players. Principle number 1, the money is already gone. The moment you walk into that casino with your $20, you mentally accept that money is spent. It's entertainment budget. You're not there to pay rent with slot machine wins. This mindset shift is critical. Former employees report that the number 1 reason players lose is emotional attachment to their money. The moment you start thinking, I need to win this back, you've already lost. With the $20 method, you remove that pressure entirely. Think about it like this. You'd spend $20 on a movie ticket or a meal out without expecting that money back. The casino is the same. It's entertainment first, and if you walk out with more, that's a bonus. Principle number 2, double and done. Your only goal is to turn $20 into $40. That's it. Not $100, not $500, just $40. The second you hit $40 or higher, you cash out and leave the casino. No exceptions. Former pit bosses explain that casinos make their real money from players who win and then keep playing. They've watched countless players hit $300 or $400 on a $20 start, then proceed to give it all back plus more because they got greedy. The method removes greed from the equation. You hit double, you're done. Same money, totally different experience. Principle number 3, the 5-machine rule. You never play more than 5 different machines in a single session. If you've tried 5 machines and haven't doubled your money, you accept the loss and leave. This prevents the deadly trap of chasing losses by wandering the entire casino floor, burning through your bankroll on machine after machine. Former technicians confirmed that players who bounce around desperately trying machine after machine are the casino's favorite customers. Let me break down how that plays out. Let's say you tested your first machine. It failed the frequency test. You cashed out with about $16 left and moved to machine number 2. You tested it, it passed, you played it up, and you got to $28. Not bad, but not $40 yet. This is the moment where most players make a fatal mistake. They think, I'm close. Let me try one more machine, then another, then another. The $20 method says no. You get 5 machines maximum. There's a player named Robert who tracked this ruthlessly over 100 casino sessions. He hit his double 68 times. Of those 68 wins, 41 happened on his first or second machine, 19 happened on his third or fourth machine, only 8 happened on his fifth machine. Here's the kicker. Robert's biggest insight was that the method works, not because it guarantees wins, but because it guarantees you won't suffer catastrophic losses. You're risking $20. That's your absolute maximum loss. The four-step method. Now let me break down the actual execution. This is the step-by-step process that Marcus taught Rachel, and that hundreds of former employees have confirmed works when followed precisely. Step 1. Location scouting. You walk into the casino with your $20, but you don't go straight to a machine. First, you scout. Former floor managers reveal that machine placement is strategic, and if you know what to look for, you can identify the better-paying machines just by their location. Here's what you're looking for. Machines positioned near high-traffic walkways. These are typically placed where people are walking to restaurants, bathrooms, or the main casino exit. Why? Because casinos want people passing by to see and hear wins happening. They strategically place machines with slightly higher RTPs, that's return to player percentage, in these high-visibility areas. What you want to avoid, machines right at the main entrance, or positioned in the absolute center of loud, flashy game areas. These are almost always tighter machines designed to catch tourists and casual players. Former employees suggest spending your first 5 to 7 minutes just walking and observing. Don't pull out your $20 yet. Watch where people are playing. Are they hitting small wins? Are they triggering bonuses? One documented case involves a player named Kevin who used this scouting method religiously. He'd walk the floor for exactly 7 minutes before sitting down. He tracked his results over 3 months. When he skipped the scouting phase and just sat at random machines, his success rate was about 40%. When he scouted first, his success rate jumped to 71%. This matters because those extra 5 minutes of observation can literally be the difference between walking out with $40 or walking out with nothing. Step 2. The test spin method. This is where the method gets precise. You don't just sit down and start betting your full bankroll. You test first. Here's how it works. You insert your $20 into the machine. You're going to play exactly 20 spins at the minimum bet the machine allows while still covering all pay lines. For most modern video slots, this is somewhere between 40 cents and $1 per spin. During these 20 test spins, you're watching for one thing: hit frequency. You're not looking for a big jackpot. You're looking for the machine to give you something back at least 5 to 7 times within those 20 spins. Here's what former slot technicians revealed. Machines go through cycles of payouts based on their programming. A machine that's hitting frequently with small wins is in what technicians call a base game payout cycle. These are the machines you want because they keep your bankroll alive long enough to potentially hit a bigger win. Here's the decision tree after your 20 test spins. If the machine gave you 5 to 7 small hits or more, you stay and continue playing at that same bet level. If the machine gave you fewer than 5 hits or completely ate your money with nothing back, you immediately cash out whatever's left and move to a different machine. Let me tell you about Michelle. She's a former casino host who documented 50 sessions where she tested machines with this exact 20-spin approach. When she stayed at machines that passed the hit frequency test, 5 or more hits in 20 spins, she doubled her money 41 out of 50 times. That's an 82% success rate. But here's where it gets interesting. When she tested machines that failed the frequency test but stayed anyway because she had a feeling, she doubled her money only 12 out of 50 times. That's a 24% success rate. Same person. Same $20 method. The only difference was discipline. Step 3. The steady climb betting pattern. You found a machine that passed your test. You've got about $10 to $16 left from your original $20 after the test spins. Now you need a betting strategy. Here's what former employees recommend, and it's the opposite of what most people do. You keep your bet size exactly the same for every single spin. No increasing when you're winning, no decreasing when you're losing. Just steady, consistent, identical bets. Why? Because slot machines don't care about your bet patterns. Each spin is independent. The machine doesn't know or care what you bet on the last spin. What matters is getting as many spins as possible to give yourself the maximum number of chances to hit a bonus round or a decent line win. Think about it like this. Would you rather have 15 spins at a dollar each or 30 spins at 50 cents each? The math says 30 spins gives you double the opportunities to hit something significant. Former floor managers have observed that players who use steady, disciplined betting patterns tend to walk away winners about 60% to 70% of the time. Players who increase and decrease their bets emotionally, betting big after a win, betting small after a loss, walk away winners only about 30% to 40% of the time. This is key. The $20 method works because it turns slot play into a numbers game. More spins equals more chances. Emotional betting kills your spin count. Step 4. The walk-away rule. Here's the hardest part of the entire method, but also the most important. You've hit your goal. You've turned your $20 into $40, or maybe even $50 or $60. The method says cash out and leave immediately. But here's what former employees reveal about what happens next. Casinos are designed to keep you playing. The moment you cash out, you're holding a ticket with your winnings. You're walking past hundreds of other machines. You're thinking, I just doubled $20. Imagine what I could do with $40? Former floor managers have studied player behavior extensively. According to their internal reports, when a player cashes out a small to medium win, there's about a 70% chance they'll put at least some of that money back into machines before leaving the casino. And when they do, there's a 60% chance they'll leave with less than they cashed out for. Let me break that down. Let's say you turn $20 into $40. You decide to play $10 of it on your way out. You lose that $10. Now you're at $30. But here's the kicker. It gets worse. Former employees report that once a player starts playing their winnings, psychological studies show they stop viewing it as their money and start viewing it as house money. This mental shift makes them willing to risk more, bet bigger, and play longer. The method's walk-away rule exists for this exact reason. The second you hit double, you cash out, walk directly to your car, and leave the property. You don't stop at other machines. You don't grab a drink at the casino bar. You leave immediately. One former surveillance operator shared this. There's a player, we'll call her Jennifer, who tested this over 6 months. The first 3 months, she used the method but would occasionally play $5 or $10 of her winnings before leaving. Her overall profit across those 3 months was about $240. The second 3 months, she implemented the strict walkaway rule. No playing any winnings, ever. Her overall profit jumped to $680. Same person, same casino, same $20 method. The only difference was leaving immediately versus playing just a little more. Advanced techniques. Once you've mastered the core method, there are 3 advanced techniques that former employees reveal can push your success rate even higher. Advanced technique number 1, time slot targeting. Let me start with something that completely changes the game. Former employees reveal that while machines don't actually pay differently based on time of day, the RNG doesn't care what time it is. Player traffic patterns create strategic opportunities. Between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on weekdays, casinos are typically less crowded. Here's why that matters. You have more freedom to scout machines without looking suspicious. You can easily move between machines without waiting for someone to leave. There's less pressure from crowds, meaning you can take your time executing the strategy. Multiple former slot managers report that players using disciplined methods like this have higher success rates during these quieter hours simply because they can execute the strategy more effectively without distractions or time pressure. One former pit boss documented this over a 4-month period. Players using the $20 method during peak hours, Friday and Saturday nights, had about a 58% success rate. Players using the exact same method during off-peak hours, weekday mornings, had a 73% success rate. Same method, different timing, 15% higher success rate. Advanced technique number 2, denomination optimization. The $20 method works at any denomination, but former technicians reveal that quarter machines offer the best balance for this strategy. Here's why. Penny slots often require higher total bets to cover all lines, sometimes 50 to 88 lines, which means you're actually betting 50 cents to 88 cents per spin anyway. This burns through your bankroll faster than you think. Dollar slots might not give you enough spins. At $1 per spin, your 20 test spins eat your entire bankroll, leaving you nothing for the actual play phase. Quarter machines, betting around 50 to 75 cents per spin, while covering all lines, tend to give you 25 to 35 spins on your remaining bankroll after the test phase. According to former floor managers, this is the sweet spot for the method. One former slot director shared detailed data. Players using the $20 method on quarter machines doubled their money 68% of the time. On penny machines, 52% of the time. On dollar machines, only 41% of the time. Advanced technique number 3, player's card leverage. Always use your player's club card. But here's the trick former hosts reveal. Sign up for player's cards at multiple casinos. Each casino will send you promotional free play offers, usually $10 to $25 per month just for being a member. Here's where it gets interesting. Use those free play offers as your test spins instead of risking your own $20. If the free play builds up to $40 or more, cash it out. Many casinos let you cash out free play winnings above a certain threshold. If it doesn't, you haven't lost anything of your own. One former casino host explained that the biggest secret in the industry is that casinos essentially give away millions of dollars in free play every month, trying to get people through the doors. Smart players use that free play strategically instead of letting it go to waste. She documented a year where she used free play from 5 different casinos, combined with the $20 method. Total out-of-pocket money spent, $480 across 24 sessions, where she used her own money. Total free play used, approximately $380 from promotional offers. Total winnings, $1,940. That's a profit of $1,460 in 1 year, and more than half of her starting bankroll came from the casinos themselves through promotions. When the method doesn't work, I'm not going to lie to you, the $20 method has a success rate somewhere between 60% and 75% depending on the casino, the day, and your discipline level. That means 25% to 40% of the time. You're walking out with less than $20 or nothing at all. The method fails in a few specific scenarios. Scenario 1. You're playing at a casino with universally tight machines. Some casinos set all their machines at the bare minimum payout required by law, usually around 85% to 87% RTP. The math just doesn't work in your favor there. Check reviews online before you go. Look for phrases like tight slots, never win here, or worst slots in town. Former employees suggest avoiding any casino with consistent complaints about machine tightness. Scenario 2. You're playing on a day when the casino is running a major promotion or tournament. During big slot tournaments, some casinos temporarily adjust floor settings to reduce regular player payouts and fund the tournament prize pool. One former slot director confirmed this happens at about 30% of casinos during major events. If you walk in and see banners everywhere about a huge slot tournament happening that day, consider coming back another time. Scenario 3. You break discipline. You hit $38 and think, just $2 more and I'm at $40. You play a few more spins, drop to $32, then think, let me get back to $38. Before you know it, you're at $15 and chasing losses. Former technicians point out that this is the #1 reason the method fails. It's not the machines, it's the player breaking the rules. Scenario 4. You're playing progressive jackpot machines. Progressive jackpot machines like Megabucks, Wheel of Fortune progressives, or any machine with a climbing jackpot counter are notoriously tight on their base game payouts. Here's what they don't tell you. A portion of every bet on a progressive goes into the jackpot fund, which means less money is returned to players through regular wins. You're not going to hit double on a $20 bankroll playing progressives. Former technicians say to avoid them entirely for this method. Your challenge. Here's what I want you to do. Next time you're planning a casino visit, try this approach exactly as I've laid it out. Bring exactly $20. Not $25, not $50, exactly $20. Scout the floor for 5 to 7 minutes before sitting down. Find a machine near walkways or high-traffic areas. Test it with 20 spins at minimum bet. If it gives you 5 to 7 hits, stay and play steady bets. If it doesn't, move to a different machine. Remember your 5-machine limit. And most importantly, the second you hit $40 or higher, cash out, walk directly to your car, and leave the property. Don't stop to play another machine. Don't grab a drink. Don't talk yourself into just one more spin. Leave. Track your results. Write them down. See if your experience matches what Rachel, Robert, Michelle, and hundreds of other players have documented. The $20 method beats casinos not by outsmarting the math, you can't do that, but by removing emotion, forcing discipline, capping losses, and most importantly, making sure that when you do win, you actually walk away with the money instead of giving it all back. Same money, totally different experience. Give it a try and let me know how it works for you in the comments.